I'm just back from an early evening showing of Men in Black International, and it's bloody awful. Um, I did my usual run the series on the previous movies. The first film is very good, I think it still holds up well. The second film is incredibly slight and quite dull. The third film is actually pretty good, a bit more complex, a bit more character based, but still full of entertaining stuff. The fourth film is totally different. No Will Smith, no Tommy Lee Jones, and the director Barry Sonnenfeld isn't there either. Instead, we have Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth. Tessa Thompson is someone who's been obsessed with UFOs her whole life, ever since she encountered an alien when she was a child, and her parents were as well, and they were neuralized, so they forgot all about it. And she hunts down the MIB, and she joins them, and she's sent off to her first assignment in London, where she's partnered with a hotshot agent played by Chris Hemsworth to investigate something or other. And that's the point where I dozed off, because the first half hour of the film is a complete mess. Characters are introduced very abruptly, very little background, sometimes they're just walking into the scene and now they're a character in the movie. We get very little idea of complexity. The character arcs for both Thompson and Hemsworth characters are just all over the place, and I've really no idea what was going on. But it reached a point of such incoherence where I had no idea what was going on, and I really didn't care because it was so sloppy that my brain just decided to shut down for 10 minutes or so. I missed nothing, fortunately. And they wind up going off on some sort of wild goose chase all over Europe and North Africa, because there's a super weapon and there's a poorly defined alien menace, and really nothing is very clear or well written. The script it's an absolute joke. From what I gather, there was the actual shooting script. Both Hemsworth and Thompson had separate writers working on their own dialogue, which didn't work because the dialogue throughout the film is appalling. There are no jokes in this film. It's just either very, very lazy, first draft rubbish, or total non sequiturs that make no sense at all. And it's just, as if the script's being written by just pulling letters out of a bag of Scrabble tiles. So the story is a mess. The characters don't make any sense. Even Hemsworth and Thompson, who were great in Thor Ragnarok, and in their two scenes together in Avengers Endgame, have no chemistry here at all. And I think it's because the director has no idea what he's doing. There's no light touch. The previous films were science fiction comedy. This is trying to be a franchise action movie. So there's fist fights, which aren't played for laughs the way they were in previous ones. They're played straight as action moments, and it feels wrong because it's not the right tone. The tone of the film is all over the place. The director and the producer, F. Gary Gray and Walter Parks, apparently had a running battle during the production over tone, over script rewrites, over story. The script was just being endlessly rewritten by everybody to the finished result that it doesn't make any sense, that the character arcs are totally incoherent, that nothing has any real weight, and the ending of the film is incredibly dull and uninteresting. There's backstory that contradicts the previous movies. There are things that don't even make sense from one scene to the next, with plot elements contradicting each other. The one thing in the film that works is that a tiny little alien, who is the pawn in a kind of living alien chess set, adopts Thompson's character as his new queen and becomes the funny sidekick for the rest of the movie. And he's a CGI character played by Kumail Nanjiani, who I think I've said before I'm a bit of a fan of. He's a very, very talented stand-up comic. Co-wrote and starred in The Big Sick, for which he was Oscar nominated as screenwriter. And I get the impression that he wrote a lot of his own dialogue because it's actually funny and it's actually delivered by someone who knows what they're doing. He's the one person in the movie who seems to be making an effort and is actually working hard. Liam Neeson's sleepwalking through it. Emma Thompson is in 2 scenes and clearly has better things to do. No one else has any real goal or direction. Just Nanjiani is just going for it. I'm going to be the bit of the movie that people remember, and he's the best thing in it. But it really doesn't help that there is literally nothing else in the film that is any good at all. It's easily a nadir for the series as a whole. Men in Black 2 was previously a benchmark for lazy, that'll do blockbusters, but this is... It's just no one knows what this is supposed to be. It was made entirely so that they have a franchise movie. No one has any emotional investment in getting this to work as a movie in its own right, the way they might have done if Will Smith or Tommy Lee Jones were still in it. And the result is a machine-made load of crap which has absolutely no purpose, doesn't work, is a total waste of time, and will be forgotten very quickly. Same with the rest of the franchise. It's an embarrassment.